content note here before we begin this episode of What Am I Rolling? This episode's one-shot, Alone Against the Static, explores themes of grief, isolation, relationships, and heartbreak. It is recommended for mature players and listeners. So, if you're not in the right headspace just now, please feel free to stop listening and come back if or when you're ready. Thanks again, and stay safe, my friends. Hello, and welcome to What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This week, I am playing Alone Against the Static, a Call of Cthulhu modern era scenario written by W.B. Holland and published by Chaosium. Alex and Charlie believe that a secluded weekend getaway in the Black Hills of South Dakota is just what they need to reinvigorate their marriage. But older and darker things than broken hearts exist in the forgotten places of the world. Will they survive? Alone Against the Static? You can find out more information about Alone Against the Static and grab your own copy on the Chaosium website. I'll add a link to it on the What Am I Rolling website and in this episode's show notes. So here's how Alone Against the Static works. This scenario is designed for a single player, no keeper required. The player will choose to play as either Alex or Charlie as their investigator, each of which have their own strengths, weaknesses, and choices to make. So, no two playthroughs will be the same. This scenario is the latest in Chaosium's Alone Against series, which aims to teach new players and keepers the main game mechanics of Call of Cthulhu. Now, we've already played Call of Cthulhu on WAIR a couple of years back with Amidst the Ancient Trees scenario in episodes 61 to 64, and whilst I go through the rules as laid out in this scenario, here's a quick refresher. Every time an investigator makes a skill check, they must roll a D100 and get equal to or under their skill level in order to succeed. If they get under half their skill level, that is called a hard success. And if they get under 1/5 of their skill level, well, that is an extreme success. A critical success is always a 1, and critical fumbles are always 100. Though, sometimes depending on the investigator's skill level, this can be 96 and up. The investigator always has two options when it comes to failed rolls. They can either push the roll, justify why they're rolling again, and then re-roll the D100 and take the new result, or they can spend luck points to bring their result down point for point to meet the required success level. Naturally, failure on a push roll means severe consequences for the player, and some rolls can be pushed and some can be spent luck on. We'll get to it during the game. The last thing to note is sanity checks. When the investigator sees something horrific or eldritch, they must roll a D100 against their current sanity level. If an investigator fails their check, they will almost certainly lose some sanity. Failing a sanity roll always causes the investigator to lose self-control for just a moment, at which point the keeper should choose an involuntary action for the investigator to do, like crying out accidentally or even discharging their weapon. If an investigator loses 5 or more sanity points from a single source of sanity loss, then sufficient emotional trauma has been suffered that the keeper must test the investigator's sanity with an intelligence roll. If the roll has failed, the investigator has repressed the memory, a trick the mind uses to protect itself and does not become insane. However, if the roll succeeds, the investigator recognizes the full significance of what has been seen or experiences and goes temporarily insane. And the effects of temporary insanity begin immediately and last for roughly 1d10 hours. On losing a 5th or more current sanity points in one game day means that the investigator becomes indefinitely insane. No investigator is simply able to shrug off this amount of sanity drain. Indefinite insanity lasts until the character is cured or recovers, but most likely perishes. There are other rules involving combat which might come up later in a scenario, so I won't dwell on them too much here. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes, and what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. So, with all that out of the way, let's play Alone Against the Static. Alright, so let's get started, shall we? So Alone Against the Static is a Call of Cthulhu scenario. It's designed to be played by one player, where I am both the keeper and the player. I take on the role of either Alex or Charlie, a young couple who are vacationing at a secluded forest cabin in South Dakota's Black Hills. Now, I've never actually been to the Black Hills myself, but I have been to South Dakota, and it is beautiful. It is like breathtakingly gorgeous, but it's so isolating. Like, we were passing like villages and towns that had like maybe tops 200 people in it, and locals knowing locals, all that sort of thing. So what a great setting for it. The collapse of their relationship and a creeping horror growing in the woods around them are the central focus of this adventure. Chaosium recommends this book for mature players. Oh, whoops. This adventure is set during the 1990s. Unfortunately for you, it takes place far out of signal range. Well, no phone, no nothing, fine. Don't rely on modern conveniences to protect you from danger. Deadly forces to whom a few decades mean nothing are lurking in the shadowy woods around you. You can attempt this adventure as many times as you like. We're just going to try one for now. Each playthrough allows you to select different choices or even a different character. With every new path you take, you'll discover more secrets hidden away amongst the pines. Make good use of the tools at your disposal if you hope to survive this very unfortunate vacation. Okie dokie, so make sure you got a copy of the rulebook or the starter set to hand. I do have the book over there. Actually, I probably should go get it in a second. I've got the investigator sheets. I'm going to play Charlie for this playthrough, I think. That is the female presenting investigator. And then read the Getting Started section, and once that's all done, you're ready to take on the challenges of Alone Against the Static. Don't worry, that strange sound was just probably the wind. Excellent. So one thing I would say is that I do find the 7th edition rulebook, Keeper rulebook, and the 7th edition Quick Start rules, that's not the 40th anniversary one, they are a little bit impenetrable. The Quick Start's a bit better than the Keeper's rulebook, but I've got both just in case I'm going to struggle with it. Getting started, you'll need a pencil, scratch paper, dice, and the Call of Cthulhu Keeper rulebook or the Call of Cthulhu starter set. Don't read through this book from beginning to end. Each entry is numbered. At its end, you'll find instructions for where to go and what to read next. Usually, you'll be asked to choose an action from between 2 or more options and then turn to the corresponding entry based on your decision. Sometimes you'll see additional written instructions like attempting a skill roll, so when this happens, follow the instruction as written. So yes, it's very much choose your own adventure. We've done a few of these before, both on WAIR and DM's Book Club. But this is the first time we're doing it for Call of Cthulhu. And I know Call of Cthulhu has a number of like Alone Against the Fire and like basically solo scenarios. I'm very tempted to try and play through all of them and see how far we go. One thing I've noticed is that you don't necessarily, certainly for this one, you don't make your own character for this. They've got a selection of pre-gens, and I know that's the same for Alone Against the Fire, which I believe that is in the starter set. And I would say that the point of these particular scenarios, they've got this particular aim in mind, is to get the keeper, someone who's going to be running Call of Cthulhu, to actually learn the game by playing it. And I know D&D also did something similar with, I can't remember which box it was. Was it the red box? I think it's the one before Fandelver came out, the starter set. And I very much appreciate that. I actually don't really do it, though. I don't take time as a GM to run solo games like this. So it's going to be a very interesting experience. It's like a starter set, so I want to see how this works. Before you begin, you must select either Alex or Charlie. You'll find their investigator sheets later on in this book. Your story will be different depending on which character you choose. Whilst both Alex and Charlie may encounter the same obstacles, they each have a range of different skills and characteristics, making each playthrough unique. The choices you make as you play are not always concerned with what your character is doing, but maybe to decide how your character is feeling, which can have a bearing on how things progress. Alone Against the Static uses a log sheet to help record the choices you've made during playthrough. As you progress through the adventure, some entries instruct you to check or tick a specific box on the log sheet. Some entries provide you with extra options depending on which boxes on the log sheet have already been checked or ticked. Some entries block you from certain choices and force you to turn to a particular entry, all based on what prerequisites you've fulfilled. You should always start any playthrough with a blank log sheet. If you restart your adventure, make sure to erase all the checkboxes. Oh, a log sheet. Let me get that for me. The entries on this log sheet reflect the choices you've made and the events that have transpired during your playthrough through Alone Against the Static. Refer to the log sheet and check off and consult entries as instructed. Ooh, interesting. So it looks like there are 36 events that I can check off, and they're all in alphabetical order, which is probably quite good. Making a roll. At various points throughout this adventure, you may be asked to make skill or characteristic rolls. These rolls are made as per normal for Call of Cthulhu, using either Charlie or Alex's investigator sheet. Some Call of Cthulhu mechanics have been simplified to streamline gameplay. So in combat, for example, only the result of your combat factors into deciding an outcome. Great, so we're not going to have to deal with the Call of Cthulhu combat stuff. Amazing. Other mechanics, like chases, bouts of madness, and more, have been similarly simplified. Any of the modifications to standard mechanics, as well as any additional factors like bonus or penalty die, are clearly stated alongside regular instruction in each entry. If you fail a roll, you may be able to spend luck or push the roll to succeed. The entry text advises you if a pushed roll is possible. If the roll is eligible to be pushed, then when you make it, you will also be invited to reattempt a failure at the risk of additional penalties. If you don't wish to push a roll, you can also use the optional luck rules in the Call of Cthulhu Keeper's rulebook. This rule allows you to spend luck points to alter the result of a skill or characteristic roll. You may alter the roll for a one-for-one basis. You cannot spend luck to alter damage, luck, or sanity rolls, or rolls to determine how much sanity points is lost. Additionally, you cannot spend luck on a pushed roll, so it's one or another. You may use luck spending in this manner whenever you desire during the adventure, but be aware that your luck can run out. Here we go. Dying and going insane. So over the course of the scenario, some choices can result in either a loss of hit points or sanity. Track these values carefully and remember the following. If you ever reach 0 hit points, you fall unconscious, become defenseless, and will die. Mark down the entry number you're in and then go to 3, 2, 4. If you ever lose half or more of your health in a single instance of damage, you will receive a major wound. Mark down the entry number you're in and then go to entry 325. If you are ever reduced to 0 sanity, you go permanently insane. Mark down the passage you're in and then go to entry 334. If you ever lose more than 1/5 of your total sanity in a single day, you'll go indefinitely insane. Mark down the entry you're in and then go to 328. So Charlie's sanity begins at 50, so a little bit lower than Alex's sanity of 60. So my 1/5 total sanity is 10. These values may change throughout the adventure due to lesser sanity points. If you ever lose more than 5 sanity points in one single instance, you trigger a bout of madness. Mark down the entry you're in and then go to 329. All right, let's go to the Black Hills, shall we? Somewhere in the forgotten wilds, where pine needles carpet the forest floor, something stirs. Wind whips around the Black Hills to places where bears, rabbits, and birds never visit. The trees of the surrounding forest shiver. Beneath the moist earth, something wakes. Shifting from beneath the soil, it erupts in silence from the ground. Its emergence reverberates throughout the wild. Far off, a wolf howls in mourning for what will soon pass. It pulls itself from the darkness and breathes. It blinks. Take your chosen investigator sheet, roll 3d6 and multiply it by 5 to determine their luck score, and write down the result. To begin your venture as Charlie, go to entry 2. Ooh, first roll of the game. Okay, we're going to do some luck here. I've got to find some dice. Weirdly, I only got some d10s out because I thought I thought everything was sorted. So, okay, getting my weird d6 out. Let's get you. And we'll get... I'm getting all my creepy d6 out because I think that's what we're looking for. Right, let's roll 3d6 and we'll see what we get. Ooh. Oh, that's some really good rolls there. I rolled 3 6s, so that's 18 times 5. Oh my word, that is so high. Is that 90? I think that's 90. Yep, 90 luck points. I think somebody's like, oh, she's gonna need it. Buzz. Alex mutters absent-mindedly, opening and closing the car's electronic window for the 10th time in 2 minutes. You grit your teeth. You've only just got back on the road after your truck stop break, and Alex has already fiddled with every button within reach. You're left to steer the car and navigate using the ridiculously oversized map. Alex gets bored of the window and sighs, then turns to you. Can you just let me hold the map? No, I can do this just fine, you reply. The two of you already missed one turn off this trip because Alex lost track of your route. It's better for you to just take care of everything. It is late afternoon on a rural back road deep within the Black Hills. The sun is high, but the air is cold. Tall pine trees and rolling valleys stretch as far as you can see in every direction. Crisp autumn air drifts in through Alex's open window. Then you hear an electronic buzz for a moment. Suddenly, it appears again. On and off, on and off. You bite your tongue and keep silent. Alex turns on the radio. You hear a harsh screech of static as they start scanning through the different frequencies. This is all pointless. You're way out of signal range. The only song you can pick up is a heavily distorted Neil Diamond single. To ask Alex to stop, go to 83. To just ignore the sound, go to 96. Ooh, how are we feeling? Let's look in the character sheet. Does it say anything about... What does it say? Oh, we've got some stuff here. So Charlie has been with Alex for almost 5 years. Alex seems less and less happy. Charlie's brother Mark recommended going to his vacation cabin for some time alone. It worked for Mark and his wife Julie. Maybe it would work for Charlie and Alex too. My description, rugged or scruffy depending on how charitable you're feeling. I have beliefs and ideologies that I only believe in what I can see. Significant people is Alex despite everything. Meaningful locations is the restaurant Alex booked for our first date. A treasured possession is a love letter written by Alex. Traits, hopeless romantic, fiercely protective. Ooh, I've got a little bit of money. Spending level is $200. Cash is $1,600. I've got assets of $40,000. Incredible. Okay, so this is the reason why we're going up to the cabin, is because something's not right with our relationship. I think then, I'm just looking at else. I'm a salesperson, a bit rugged. I think I want to be active. So I think I'm going to ask Alex to stop. So I'm going to go to 83. I think we're just going to have that argument now. Let's have the argument. So, 83. Please. You reach over and turn the radio off. I can't think with that noise. Alex raises their hands defensively. Sorry, they mutter, then turn back to the window. You look back to the road. In your peripheral vision, you notice Alex shoot an irritated glance your way. Oh, God, I hate this person. The longer this trip lasts, the tenser the atmosphere in the car seems to get. It's the next left, you say, and try to smile reassuringly. Alex doesn't answer. Honestly, I would just stop the car, make him get out. God, irritating prick. You continue deeper into the forest. The little road you're on winds erratically, dipping up and down as it weaves between the hills. The sky gets lost in the branches of the pine trees. As the evening shadows lengthen, you feel cold seeping in from the outside. Go to entry 103. The sun gradually sets. Your car's headlights cut into the darkness, revealing the road ahead just a few feet at a time. Finally, they drift over the front of a cabin, reflecting off two windows on either side of a front door, glaring back at you like watchful eyes. You pull up and park. Finally, Alex sighs, stepping out onto the gravel driveway. You haul yourself out of the seat, stretch your back, and walk around to the trunk to get your bags. It's cold here. The cold night air seizes around you like a vice. You weren't expecting it to be this chilly. Are you hungry? Alex asks while you're trying to keep from shivering. Make a con roll. If you fail, tick or check touched by cold on the log sheet. And then it says, to say you're hungry, go to 103. To say you aren't, go to 111. Okay, well, making the con check. So, my con is 60. So, in Call of Cthulhu, we're going to roll a D100, and to succeed, I've got to get equal to or under. And if I get equal to or under normally, that's just a normal success. So if I get, 60 or under, that is a success. If I get under half, so 30 or under, that is a hard success. And then if I get a fifth or under, so in this case a 12, that is an extreme success. All right, so I need to get under 60, but if I fail, I get to mark off something, which could be good or bad. So, let's go. Oh my god, that is a really bad roll. That's 92. So I've failed, so I get to tick that off as a result. Darn. Darn. Okay. Touched by the cold. All right. I think I'm going to say I am hungry because I've had this long journey. I've had to deal with this person just being really irritated and not very helpful. So yeah, I'm going to say I'm hungry. Hopefully they'll make me my food as a result. So let's go to entry 105. Please. Burgers? Alex smiles. Sure. You drag the bags to the cabin and unlock the door. You stick one hand inside, feel for the light switch, and then flick it on. Alex peeks inside and nods approvingly. Wow, super cozy. Go to 327. The cabin isn't very big. Your brother Mark, who owns the place, really exaggerated how luxurious it was. There's only one main room with a double bed, a chest of drawers, and a corner set up to serve as a kitchen. There's no microwave. Both the oven and stove use gas. You see two doors, one leading to the rear of the cabin, whilst the other leads to a tiny bathroom. You just know it's going to be freezing in there. On the wall opposite the bed is a TV and a VCR unit sitting on top of a cupboard. The whole cabin is lit by muted yellow bulbs. It's not dark, but it's not quite light either. The sight of the bathroom reminds you that you've just spent several hours driving. You excuse yourself and dart inside. Whilst you're washing your hands, you catch sight of yourself in the mirror. There are bags under your eyes. You stop and sigh. A weekend getaway. Is this really going to solve all of your and Alex's problems? To feel confident about the weekend, go to entry 124. To doubt this vacation will fix your relationship, go to entry 126. Ooh, I mean, I don't like Alex, to be honest with you. I'm a bit annoyed at him already. So, I am tempted to be like, stuff them. I don't know. Tell you what, I'm going to roll for it, because I actually can't decide here. So I'm going to roll odds and evens on a d10. So odds is going to be feel confident. Evens is to doubt it will fix anything. Odds, 5 I got there. So we're going to go with confident about this weekend. So let's go to entry 124. There's no sense in brooding. You came out here for a reason. You love Alex. You want to make this work. You can spend all day guessing how things will end up, but it won't change anything. All you can do is be the kindest and most loving person you can. Whether or not that will be enough is out of your hands. You walk out of the bathroom, smile, and try cracking a joke. Oh, sorry. Been holding on to that one since we left Pierre. Alex snorts, but you catch the slightest hint of a smirk. They're standing in the kitchen, chopping up vegetables. You walk over and do your best to help. Before long, you're both seated at the small dining table, eating together. Alex is not saying much. It's difficult to tell what they are thinking. Make a psychology roll to gauge how Alex is feeling. If you succeed the roll, go to entry 127, or if you fail it, go to 129. My psychology, eh? Let's see. Oh, I'm probably... Well, actually, no. My psychology roll's not too bad. Got 45 in it. So it should be okay. I just have to be better than that last one where I was freezing from the cold. So I'm going to get under 45. Equal to or under 45. Oh, no. That's a 96. That's a failure. I don't want to push it. I don't think it's pointless in pushing it. I don't think it doesn't tell me I could, and I don't want to spend luck on it. Even though I've got a lot of luck, I think I might need that for later. To be honest, I have no idea. Alex is so difficult to read. They're probably going to break up with me, and you know what? That's fine, as long as I can stop being miserable. So I failed the roll, so I have to go to entry 129. Alex keeps dodging your gaze. It's impossible to tell what's going on in their head if they won't have a conversation or even meet your gaze. They just pick at their food half-heartedly and say nothing. Maybe it's best to be blunt. Oh no. How are you feeling, you ask. Fine, Alex replies, almost as soon as you finish talking. Silence hangs in the air for several long seconds afterwards. Great. Well, if Alex doesn't want to talk right now, so be it. You may as well look for something else to do. Go to entry 234. Hey, do you want to watch a movie? You ask. Alex hesitates. The two of you used to fall asleep to movies almost every night when you were first dating. Alex chews the idea over for a moment, then nods. Sure. You take the dishes over to the sink and wash them up whilst Alice brushes their hair. When you're done, you head over to the TV unit. It's a relatively cheap model from the late 80s, sitting on top of a dusty VCR player. You switch both on, then open a cabinet beneath, looking for videos. Mark sure likes scary movies, you say, looking over the titles. 15 different tapes. And you're sure that covers pretty much every major slasher film of the last decade. God. None of these look good. There aren't any comedies? Alex asks from the bathroom. Make a spot hidden roll. If you succeed the roll, go to entry 131. If you fail the roll, go to 133. Oh, okay. I mean, I failed the last two rolls. What's my spot hidden? Oh, it's quite low. It's only 35. So, we'll try. So I've got to get 35 or under just to even succeed this roll. Oh, that's a 44. That's a failure. God. Alright, if you fail the roll, go to entry 133. You take out the tapes and go through them one by one, rolling your eyes and performatively gagging at each cover as you go. Anything good? Alex asks, coming out of the bathroom. Not really. I could have sworn Mark said there was a romance or something. They said they watched it when they were here last summer. Alex crosses the cabin and comes to you. You realise they're smiling. Maybe they got stuck soul-searching in the bathroom mirror too. Is the tape still in the VCR? They ask. You lean over and press the eject button. There is a whirring of mechanical internals, and then the unit spits out a tape. Aha, you say, lifting up the tape heroically. Alex claps their hands together in mock applause, then giggles and tilts their head and considers you. I love you, Alex says. Ooh. To respond lovingly, go to 135. To change the subject, go to 137. See, we've made the decision that we're going to go in and be the most loving person we are, etc. So, I think we're going to go with, to respond lovingly, go to entry 135. You smile at Alex before replying. I love you too. The two of you stay quiet for a moment afterwards and enjoy the silence. Then you bustle over to the VCR and get everything ready. Before long, the two of you are set up in bed, looking towards the TV with the tape paused and ready to go. Ready to start? You ask Alex. They nod. Lights, camera, action. Go to entry 145. When the film begins, the screen is black. There is a faint music but no opening credits. Then the screen cuts to a blurry footage that was clearly recorded on a handheld camera. Wow, is this one of Mark's home movies? You ask. Alex laughs, then reaches for the remote. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a second. That looks familiar, you say, pointing at the TV. Alex hesitates. On screen, you see a wall of tall forest trees. Leaves and pine needles crunch under the feet of whoever's filming. The camera pans across the landscape, creating a blur of greens and browns. Suddenly, you spot Mark's cabin, standing alone in its little clearing. A dull red sedan is parked out front. That's Julie's car, Alex says. This must have been after their wedding. The camera is shaky. The wind rushes up against the microphone, causing a brief flurry of horrid scraping from the speakers. There's movement near the red car. A woman, Julie, is taking bags from the trunk. She is smiling. Yeah, says Alex. This must have been at least 5 or 6 years ago. Julie turns as the cabin door opens. Mark steps out, walks over, and takes one of the bags from her. They smile and exchange unheard words. You sit bolt upright. What the hell? What's wrong? It's only Mark. Yeah, so who's filming? Alex stammers and blinks. On screen, Mark and Julie go inside and close the door behind them. The camera zooms in towards the window. The picture is a grainy blur of colours. You see movement in the cabin. The camera zooms even closer, then harsh wind picks up and howls through the speakers. The image smashes to a slurry of loud static. White noise booms out into the room. The sound drills into your skull. You feel like it's going to make your head explode. Ooh, make a note of his entry number. You may need to return to it. Oh no! Okay, so that is entry 145. Entry 145. Oh shit! Oh, okay. Make a sanity roll. If you fail, lose 1 sanity and check unsettled on the log sheet. And then to cover your ears, go to entry 154, or to scramble for the dial and turn it down, go to entry 158. Okay, sanity. Okay, oh god, I've only got 50 sanity. I mean, I've been rolling so well so far. Gotta get under 50 sanity. Oh my god, I finally did. That is 26. Amazing. So I don't lose the sanity, and I don't get unsettled. I feel I need to be a bit more sensible with this. I think I'm going to go and scramble for the dial to turn it down. So I'm going to go for entry 158. You dart from the bed, grimacing at the ear-splitting noise. You switch the dial and kill the TV. Alex is sitting on the bed with their hands clamped over their ears like a dope. Sorry. It's only a remote for the VCR. There's no volume control. What the hell was that? You ask angrily. Alex shrugs. I don't know. Mark and Julie came out here with someone else. Alex laughs. I don't really want to think about what your brother and his wife might have been up to whilst they were out here. You roll your eyes. That was creepy. It was like a peeping Tom. Well, we know it's not. Alex gestures to the TV cabinet. Why would Mark and Julie have the tape? If Broken Heart is checked on the log sheet, you cannot stay calm, and you must go to entry 160. Well, I don't have that, so we don't have to do it. To get frustrated with Alex, go to entry 160, or to stay calm, go to entry 174. I think we need to go to 174. I think we need to keep calm, and we can't. I think Alex is just being annoying anyway. It's like, love them, but they're not helping. I'm going to stay calm because, frankly, I'm the only sensible person in this relationship. So let's go to entry 174. You shake your head and take a deep breath. You're right. It's stupid. Let's just forget about whatever the hell that was. You still want to watch a movie? Alex asks. Sure. Whatever is fine. One of those schlocky flicks. You say. Alex gets up. My pick? Your pick. Alex smiles and looks over the tapes in the cabinet. Ooh, this is a good one. You lean forward to look at a tape that has a guy wearing a pumpkin on his head on the cover. I think even you'll like this one, babe. Somehow I doubt it. You smile. No, seriously, Alex says, and slips the tape from the case. It's about this guy who's a writer, and he drives up to this secluded town in Maine, right? Alex hits eject on the VCR. And anyway, the TV set blares to life. It bellows static through the cabin. Thunderous scraping and coughing bounces off the walls. You thrash and cover your ears. Alex is swearing, but you can barely hear it. The TV falls silent, and with it, all the lights in the cabin go dark. The power is out. Go to entry 193. Oh, God. Oh, I just wanted to watch a movie. I'm just trying to save my relationship and watch a movie. Alex? You ask the darkness. Yeah? What was that? I think the power's out. You hear scrambling in the darkness as Alex shuffles along the floor, one hand touching the wall. They flick the light switch several times. I thought this place was on solar power. That's what they said. Maybe something's broken. Do you think there's a backup? No idea. I guess we'll need to go into town tomorrow and call Mark to ask him. Great. You press your fists against your brow. That's just great. Your heart is still racing after that last burst of noise. You take your hands away from your face, but it doesn't get any lighter. It's pitch black in the cabin. You feel anxiety start to build in your chest. If either broken or blame game is checked or ticked on the log sheet, you cannot lean on Alex for support. You must go to entry 207. To lean on Alex for support, go to 205. To give up and go to sleep, go to 207. Okay, well, neither of those are checked on the log sheet, which I think is probably pretty good. I haven't lost my temper or anything like that, so that's good. Look, I'm here to make this work. So let's lean on Alex for support and go to entry 205. That was really loud, you say. You can hear a waver in your voice. Alex clearly does too. Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You hear approaching footsteps, and then the bed frame creaks as Alex crawls onto it. In the silence following the outburst from the TV, even the slightest sound rings deafeningly loud in the quiet. You feel Alex cuddle up close to you. I'm sorry, Alex says. Don't be. Don't worry about the TV. We'll fix it tomorrow. If not, we can just go hiking instead. You murmur softly in agreement. Alex wraps an arm around you. You feel their breath on the back of your neck. It slows quickly and fades into a gentle rumble of sleep. The sound is steady and calming. Before long, you drift off too. The only sound that disturbs you is the faint creaking of the pines echoing softly through the black hills. go to entry 34. Ah. Ah, we've survived the first night. Okay, I generally thought we were going to just die. That's good. Okay. When you wake in the morning, you are alone. You stir in the bed and sit up. Babe? There's no answer. The only sound is the wind outside, carrying with it a gentle morning birdsong. You get up and cross to the kitchen. There's a note taped to the chunky refrigerator written in a familiar handwriting. Sorry again. I just wanted this weekend to be special. Gone to town to get help fixing power. Back ASAP. Love you. You set the note down. Looks like you have a few hours to yourself. It says, to eat some breakfast, go to entry 35, or to go for a brisk walk, go to 37. Now, there's been a lot of mention of the pines, I'm going to be honest. And so I'm a bit wary of being outside. I don't know. Eat some breakfast seems like the simple choice. But I think... I'm going to toss it up. I'm going to do a toss-up again. I think because I think either of them are good things. In my head, Fiona is like, no, don't go for the walk because you'll be lost in the wood outside. I think eating some breakfast, maybe something in the cabin, I don't know. But, okay, we're going to do odds or evens. So I think odds, we're going to eat some breakfast. Evens, we're going to go for the brisk walk. The dice blooming heard me. That's an 8. So we're going to go for that brisk walk. We're going to go to entry 37. Outside, the air is fresh, the sun is warm, and the sky is mostly clear. You fill your lungs with the scent of moist soil and pine trees. You take a few steps forward and peer down the driveway. It weaves away into the woods. The trees are so thick here that you probably have a better chance of listening out for cars than looking for them. You turn and head down a walking trail just by the cabin. The earth has been worn smooth by hiking boots of innumerable visiting families. The forest grows thicker around you as you walk. Unseen critters skitter past in the underbrush. Birds move through the branches above, calling out and making pine needles rustle. You come across a blueberry bush just by the trail. To stop and collect berries, go to entry 38. To continue your walk, go to entry 39. Oh, I don't know. Is it a blueberry bush? I don't know. I feel like I should stop and get something from the blueberry bush. That's the horror thing in me. I think you shouldn't ignore it. That feels like a proper sign, but I'm also like, don't eat anything from outside that you don't know about. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll again. So again, to stop and collect berries, that's going to be evens. To continue the walk is odds. Odds. 9 there, so I'm going to continue the walk. Entry 39. Let's go. The nature surrounding you eats away at the stress layered into your being. You feel yourself truly smile for the first time in weeks. It happens without effort on your part. It feels good. You close your eyes and turn your face to the sky. The fresh air and sunlight kiss your skin. It's glorious. Off to the left you hear running water. You open your eyes and look towards the source of the sound. It's coming from just off the trail you've been walking along. To investigate the sound, go to entry 44. Or to stick to the trail, go to entry 49. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, and 2 other good choices. Again, I'm going to make it roll down to chance because I feel like, obviously, it's a horror thing. You go and investigate the sound. But Fiona's like, absolutely not. Stick to the trail. So, let's do it again. Odds, investigate the sound. Evens, we stick to the trail. Odds, 7. We're going to go investigate the sound. That's entry 44. You step off the trail and stride through the forest towards the sound of running water. The ground is uneven, so you steady yourself on the trunks of nearby pines as you go. You walk for a little while until the sound of the water gets louder. You crest a small ridge and discover a bubbling stream just on the other side. The water is rushing downhill fast, headed south. It's clear and fresh. The trickling sound is melodic. If the flowers in the stream is checked/ticked on the log sheet, this place reminds you of something. You must go to entry 48. Oh, unfortunately, that is not ticked. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we're missing that choice. To take a drink from the stream, go to entry 45. Absolutely not. Why would you do that? To sit for a moment and enjoy the serenity, go to entry 50. Okay, in my head, I think, why would I drink? I don't know why I would drink from the stream, even if it's clear and fresh. But, as always, I feel like this one I could choose between them. I think I would like to sit for a moment and enjoy the serenity, but let's see what the dice decide. So odds, we drink from the stream. Evens, we sit for a moment and enjoy the serenity. Okay, thank goodness it heard me that time. 4, so that's going to be sit for a moment and enjoy the serenity. So we're going to go to entry 50. You carefully walk down to the riverbank. Loose leaves and pine needles wash downstream in a tiny rendition of white water rafting. Steadying yourself against a tree, you sit down on the riverbank, lean back, and close your eyes. A breeze brushes across your face and hair. You admire the way the sunlight paints the inside of your eyelids red and yellow. Make a listen roll. Ooh, listen. Oh, okay, I'm not too bad at listen. I've got 50 in listen. If I succeed, go to entry 46. But if I fail, go to entry 51. Okay, so I've got 50, so it's a 50% chance. I feel like it's important to listen. Oh, bloomin' heck. 73. I fail. Gosh, darn it. Okay. Let's go to entry 51. You take a deep breath and smile. It feels so pleasant out here. You're cool and warm all at once. The solitude feels invigorating somehow. Suddenly, there is a sudden movement in the trees nearby. You dart your head towards the sound, but it's too late. Whatever was there a moment ago is gone. A few shaken branches left in its wake are the only sign of its passing. To call out, go to entry 52. Or to leave the serene stream, go to 49. Oof, I don't know about calling out. Oh, I don't know about calling out at all. But again, we'll do the thing. Odds, call out. Evens, leave the stream. That's a 9. Odds. We're gonna call out and go to entry 52. You stand tall and cup your hands to your mouth. Hello? Your voice rings out, but is eaten by thick foliage and the sound of rushing water. Why would you stand up and cup your hands? Oh, no. Oh, no. You stand a few moments longer, but nothing returns your call. You're alone in the forest. Creepy. You better get back to the trail. Go to entry 55. Oh, my God. Is this somebody with a camera that's followed me? Ooh, I don't like it. Okay. Go to 55. You hit the trail and push forward, heading farther down the Black Hills and deeper into the forest. It's a pleasant hike. Sunlight filters through the pine branches and casts up dancing shadows all about you in the cool morning air. After half an hour or so, you feel nature calling and step behind the tree to pee. You're fumbling with your clothes when you spot something. Ahead, off the trail and nestled in a narrow valley, is a dilapidated wooden shed. Whoa. Oh, gosh. To investigate the shed, go to entry 56. To ignore the shed, go to 79. I mean, no, this is easy. Of course you go investigate the shed for this one. I don't want to ignore it because that is prime plot material there. So yeah, we're going to go straight to entry 56. We're going to investigate the shed. You step through the small clearing where the shed leans lopsided against a rocky, moss-ridden mountain wall. It's not large, maybe half the size of Mark and Julie's cabin. It's made entirely of wood. A rotting piece of pine serves as a makeshift door that's only just hanging from the frame. The place looks like no one has been here in years. You step closer to the shed and put your hand against the door. It swings in slowly and easily. The shed is dark inside. You see faint, shadowy blotches of furniture hidden in the gloom. Oh my god, how do I say that word? If the nectophobe is checked or ticked on the log sheet, the darkness makes you nervous. Go to 80. To leave the shed behind, go to 79. To step inside, go to entry 57. So we don't have that ticked. It's interesting that a phobia of the darkness is going to be there. We are going to go inside. It feels silly not to, and I think that entry thing is the same. To ignore it. I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to go in. But it does feel a bit like, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure? Yeah. So we're going to step inside the shed. We're going to go to entry 57. The only light in the shed comes from the open door and a few cracks in the uneven weatherboard walls. There's no windows. It is like this place was designed to be gloomy. You see a small workbench, a wall-mounted cupboard, and a stack of cardboard boxes. The rest of the furniture is mildewy and unremarkable. The floorboards creak beneath you as you walk across the room. Depending on your choices, you may return to this entry several times. Ooh, okay. So we've got 4 choices here. We can search the cupboard, look over the bench, rifle through boxes, or leave the shed. Okay, so we're on 57 is what it was for this. What are we thinking? There's the workbench was mentioned first, then the cupboard, then the cardboard boxes. I think we should go to the bench first. So let's just read out the options again. To search the cupboard, go to entry 58. To look over the bench, go to entry 62. To rifle through the boxes, go to entry 65. And then to leave the shed, go to entry 78. That's different to ignoring the shed. So it feels like something's going to come and get me if I leave the shed. Fine. Let's go and look over the bench first, because that's the first thing that it mentions in the description. So I'm going to go to entry 62. Ooh. The bench is laden with a collection of tools, none of which has been touched in years. They're covered in greasy dust. You see a dull grey hammer. Perhaps it could be useful. There's also what looks like a specialised miniature screwdriver set. Ooh, well, maybe one that you can get in a cracker. To take the hammer, go to entry 63. To examine the screwdriver set, go to entry 64, or otherwise go back to entry 57. I don't think the hammer's going to help me. The screwdriver set, that'll be fun. So yeah, we'll go to we'll examine the screwdriver set. I feel confident about that. So entry 64, let's go. You take the case and open it. It's full of tiny drivers. The heads are bizarre and strange shapes. Your mind whirls. What wondrous secret purpose must these tools be for? What tiny instrument were they complicit in the functioning of? What strange mystery have you stumbled upon? Seriously though, it's just a set of tiny screwdrivers. You have no idea what they're for. Ooh, so check and tick toolkit on the log sheet. Hooray! Okay, great. That sounds fun. That sounds good. Toolkit. That's next to touch by cold. Excellent. All right. If tech support is checked on the log sheet, you suddenly realize the screwdriver's set purpose. Go to entry 76. I don't have that ticked. And then go back to 57. Well, so yeah, we'll go back to 57, but then maybe we'll get the hammer. To take the hammer, go to 63. So we're going to do that. The hammer is rusty, and the leather grip is crumbling, but it is still heavy. That's all that matters, right? You take the hammer and tuck it away. Check, tick, in case of emergency on the log sheet, and then go back to 57. All right. Excellent. In case of emergency, that is now ticked. Okay, going back to going back to entry 57, back to the main cabin bit. Okay, so we've looked over the workbench. We now have a choice of either searching the cupboards, go through the boxes, or leaving the shed. I think we should go for the cupboard next, because that's the second thing that I got mentioned in the description. Entry 58. The cupboard hangs precariously from a dilapidated wall. It has a stressful forward tilt gripped by gravity. You see a few rusted nails securing it in place. You carefully open the doors. Within are two little shelves, both lined with videotapes. Oh my goodness. They're home tapes like the ones Mark had, with white stickers on the front marked by black Sharpies. The tapes are all caked in moss and spiderwebs. Make a spot hidden search to check through the tapes. If you succeed, go to entry 56. If you fail, go to entry 60. If you fail but wish to push the roll, you may roll a second time at the risk of your time being cut short. If you succeed on the push roll, go to 56. If you fail the push roll, go to 61. Oh, no. Okay, so this could be our first push roll if we don't succeed. Spot hidden is only 35. So it might be I don't know if I want to push that, though. Oh, I don't know. I do have luck to spend, but I don't know. Okay, so we'll do the spot hidden. We're going to get 35 or under to just succeed. Oh my god, that's a 12. I think that's a hard success. That is a hard success. Heck yeah. God, yes. Okay, we succeed on the spot hidden roll. So we're going to go to entry 59. Oh no. You notice an empty space in the rows of tapes where one is missing. You reach out and take the tape next to it. It is a little less damaged than the rest. Maybe it will still work. The black marker title reads, The Quiet in the Evening. You take the tape and tuck it away. All the videos have weird names. You note a few. The sun with the trees, hoping it erupts, the way she moves in the night, and the cry of children. You narrow your eyes, anxiety rising, and gently close the cupboard door. Ooh. Check the quiet in the evening on the log sheet. Okay, will do. And then go back to entry 57. So we're going back to playing. Oh, don't like it. So we're back in the center of the shed. I mean, we're lucky. Our time has not been cut short. Entry 65. We're going to rifle through those boxes before we leave. Let's go. Entry 65. The boxes are wet and caked with mildew. You open the flats on the topmost box. The cloying smell of rot hits your nostrils as soon as you touch it. Inside is a pile of black clothing. Oh no. You pull out the first article. The smell gets worse. The clothing is all long and hooded, and each is about the size of a bedsheet. This looks like something someone would wear in one of Mark's stupid slasher films. To keep searching through the boxes, go to entry 66. Otherwise, go back to entry 57. So back to the shed. Oh, we can't stop now. We're going to go to the entry 66. We're going to find out what's in these boxes. I don't like it, though. Oh, wow. You move the topmost box aside and open the next one down. This one has been more successfully protected from the elements. Inside is a collection of dirty glass jars, a long dagger in a leather sheath, and a handheld camcorder. Depending on your choices, you may return to this entry several times. Select an option you have not already chosen. If you read this entry for the first time, if unsettled is checked or ticked on the logbook, you must go. I don't have that checked, so I'm okay. So we don't go to entry 67 already. Okay, so we've got look at the jars, entry 68. Pick up the dagger, entry 69. To examine the camcorder, go to entry 70. And then to leave the boxes alone, go back to entry 57. Okay, I think it's a toss-up between the jars and the camcorder. I don't want to mess around with the dagger. I think the camcorder might be more interesting. What's in the jars? I think whatever's in the jars is going to be horrible. So I think we're going to need to go for camcorder. But I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I think that's me being smart. I don't know about Charlie. Okay. We'll roll a d10 again. So odds, we're going to look at the jars. Evens, we're going to look at the camcorder. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's a 1. We're going to look at the jars. Okay, we're going to look at the jars. Entry 68. Oh, let's go. Oh, gross. You pick up one of the jars. Each contains a viscous black substance. The stench of urine is immediate and overpowering. Oh, you set the jar back down. Disgusting. Go back to 66. Okay, fine. Oh, gross. All right. So now we're back here. We're now looking at the boxes. We can pick up the dagger, which is entry 69, or examine the camcorder, and that's entry 70. Let's examine that camcorder. I don't want to pick up that dagger because that's going to be... I've got a hammer. I don't need it, so entry 70. The chunky handheld recording device makes you shiver. Was this what filmed the video you watched last night? The device is maybe 4 or 5 years old, but it's decayed significantly. It must have been left here to rot whilst it was brand new. To press the buttons and see if the camcorder works, go to 71. And to put it away, go back to 66. Well, okay, let's go. Are you sure? Do you want to do this? Yeah, we're going to press the camcorder buttons to see if they work. Entry 71. You press all the buttons on the camcorder, but nothing happens. The battery's almost certainly dead. You can feel something rattling around inside, probably another tape. The eject button is jammed, though. Check/tick the tech support on the log sheet. If the toolkit is checked on the log sheet, you remember a useful item that might help. Go to 72. Excellent, I do have that. Oh, I'm so smart. Excellent. Okay, hang on. Let me tick these things. So tech support is now checked. All right, but we do have that thing, so we can go to entry 72. Booming, yes. That's what the screwdrivers are for. You head back over to the cupboard, grab the screwdriver set, and turn the camcorder over. You try to dismantle it to get the tape out. If you succeed, go to entry 73. If you fail, go to entry 74. If you fail but wish to push the roll, you may roll a second time with risk of damaging yourself and the tape. And if you succeed on the push roll, go to 73. If you fail the push roll, go to 75. Oh, I don't know if I'm any good at that sort of stuff. Mechanical repair? Oh no, that's a 10. Got a lot of luck I can also spend. I don't want to break the tape, though. Okay, so I've got to get 10 or under. I've not been doing well with these checks, I'll be honest. But 10 or under. Okay, that is an 18. Still a failure, but I'm going to spend some luck on this. I'm going to spend 8 luck. So I'm going to go down from 90 to 82 and succeed. Oh, good job, dice. Good job. Okay, so we succeed. We're going to go to 73. You fiddle for a while with the tiny screwdrivers. After a few false starts, you hear a click. Huzzah! The eject button pops back into place. You press it, and the little analog mechanisms within release the tape. You remove the tape from the camcorder. Written on the side in black marker is "The couple who came to the cabin." You immediately feel queasy, but your curiosity is piqued. You take the tape. Oh, check the couple who came to the cabin on the log sheet. Oh, I have a feeling. Oh, there's quite a few of these sort of titles, I think, in the thing. That's pretty cool that they're hidden, kind of. All right, check that. And then go back to 66. Oh, excellent. All right. So the only thing left at these boxes is the dagger. Let's pick up the dagger. Let's go to entry 69. Ooh. The dagger is bigger than it first looked. The blade is about the length of your forearm. You remove the leather sheath and look at the glistening steel. You see your reflection, shadowed in the gloomy half-light, staring back at you. The weight of the dagger feels good in your hand. You feel the urge to take it with you. Ooh. To take the dagger, check/tick razor sharp on the log sheet and make an occult roll. If you succeed, go to entry 361, or if you fail, go to entry 362. Now, I feel like my occult's going to be super low, because it normally is when you first start. Yeah, 5%. 5% in Call of Cthulhu on the sheet here. I don't know if I want it, but I get to check something off. It's razor sharp. I'm probably going to hurt myself. That's what it's going to tell me, right? Sod it. I mean, if this feels like a story moment, as all these things are, I'm collecting all this stuff, might as well take it. So I'm going to take razor sharp, and now I'm going to roll my occult check. I have to get a 5 or under. I mean, it could happen. It could happen. It doesn't happen. That's a 53, so that's a failure. Let's go. I don't want to push that. Well, I can't push it. It doesn't say I can push it. And I don't want to spend points on that. I might need that later. So let's go to entry 362. You see your distorted reflection in the dagger's blade. It makes you think about funhouse mirrors, like the ones at a tourist beach you visited as a kid. You never liked it there. Go to entry 66. Oh, okay, we're okay. Interesting. I wonder what would have happened if I succeeded. I'm not going to worry about it. I've got a knife now. I'm really tooled up on stuff. So we'll go back to entry 66. I think then I'm done here. Yep, we're back at looking at the boxes. And we've got them all. So to leave the boxes alone, we're going to go back to the middle of the room, 57. All right. We're back in the center. We've searched the cupboard. We've gone over to the bench. We've gone through the boxes. It's time to leave the shed. We've got to go to entry 78. That's enough of that. You step out of the little shed and back into the forest. You wince in the harsh light of the sun and let your eyes adjust. You make your way back to the trail and continue your hike for about half an hour. You then turn and head back home. Ooh, okay. Go to entry 84. You crest the rise that leads back to the cabin. The sun is high in the sky. It's late morning, soon to be afternoon. You sigh. There's no sign of the car, and therefore you're probably still without power or your partner for now. You head inside. Everything is well lit by the late morning glow. You change out of your walking clothes and leave them on the bed, then head in the bathroom to shower. If occupied is checked, you remember a minor detail, and you must go to entry 86. Otherwise, go to entry 87. Well, occupied is not ticked. I wonder where that would have been from. Would that have been from me looking in the mirror earlier? Or something about the walk? Or is the bathroom occupied? I don't know. Entry 87 to continue then. Water cascades into the waiting tub below, filling the room with a constant loud drizzle that is almost like white noise. The pressure is lousy without the power to pump, but gravity does most of the work. Thank God the water heater is gas-powered. You wash your face and scrub clean your pores of your nose. Don't we all? You turn around in the shower to scrub your back. You pause. Just ahead, the door to the bathroom is wide open. You're certain you closed it. Oh, fuck. You shut the shower off and step out, grabbing a towel and wrapping it about you. Honey? Is that you? You call out, but there is no reply. You stand in an empty cabin. Nothing. You're alone. Make a sanity roll. If you succeed, go to entry 88. If you fail, go to entry 89. Oh, balls. Okay, so it's a 50-50 again. Okay. It doesn't say I lose anything, so maybe that'd be good. But I am in a towel, though, so this is probably not promising. I can't spend... Shoot, that was a 60. I only have a 50. Oh, so I failed it. I can't spend luck. And I can't push... Oh, it doesn't say I can push this. So I can't push sanity rolls, I don't think. Oh, darn it. Okay. Entry. Fail. 89. Let's go. Was someone here? The windows are closed. Are you going mad? You were sure you shut the door. You remember doing it. You look at the television set. It's sitting there stoic and quiet, acting like it hasn't burst your eardrums the night before. This place sucks. The door probably just want to open itself. Everything in this cabin is dodgy. That's got to be it. You hope you're right. Time to get dressed. Make a note of his entry number. You may need to return to it. Oh, no. All right, that's... Okay. Lose 1 sanity. Okay. Down to 49. And then go to entry 91. You stretch and roll your head around a few times to work the tired muscles, then head over to the bed and open your suitcase. You purse your lips and consider how you're feeling. Ooh. To put on jeans and a t-shirt, check practical on the log sheet. To put on warm, soft track pants and a sweater, check comfortable on the log sheet. Choose either option and then go to 93. I don't know if I feel comfortable. I think practical. I feel like we're going to have practical. So let's pop that on the sheet. Practical. Right next to razor sharp. Amazing. And then go to entry 93. Freshly dressed, you feel renewed. Now, what to do with the afternoon whilst you wait for your partner to return? Hopefully, they have a solution to the power problem. To make some food, go to entry 64. To search for flashlights and batteries so you have light for when it gets dark, go to entry 95. To try and restore the power yourself, go to entry 368. Absolutely not doing that final one. Are you mad? I need somebody here with me. That sounds scary. And also probably quite dangerous, because I won't know what I'm doing. I think I didn't have food earlier, but I do think flashlights and batteries, that's more important. We need to, because it's got quite dark. So we'll go do that. So 95, entry 95, let's go. You know where there was a heavy-duty flashlight in the car, but it's now gone. What do you have here in the cabin? Right now, when the sun goes down, you'll be left in the dark. Make a spot hidden roll. If you succeed, go to 97. If you fail, go to 98. If you fail but wish to push the roll, you may roll a second time at the risk of an unfortunate accident. If you succeed with the push roll, go to 97. And if you fail with the push roll, go to 99. Oh, I don't necessarily want an accident. Okay, spot hidden. I think it was... it's 35 is my spot hidden. So I guess we'll see. I've got luck points to spend, so I might need those. I think it's important that we do get them, so hopefully under 35. That's what we need. Oh, okay, how many? That's 56. So I would have to spend 21 points of luck. Or I could push the roll. I think push the roll won't... I don't think that's easier or better. Sod it. I have the points to spend. So, I'm currently at 82. I'm going to spend 21 points. So that's going to drop me down to 61. That's a lot. But I think getting flashlights is important for this. I think I'm going to have to need them later. Okay. So I've succeeded on that spot and check. Let's go to entry 97. In the cupboard beneath the sink, you find a little plastic container with a mini flashlight in it. Oh, great. You switch it on. It works, but the beam is weak. The batteries are probably dying. You look for spares in the pantry, the bathroom, and in the bedside tables. Eventually, your gaze settles on the TV cabinet. You cross the cabin to the television and perch on your knees in front of it. You open the cabinet and scan over the videotapes. You move some of them aside to look deeper into the cabinet. In the dark, right at the back, you find a blister pack of batteries. They must be kept here for the remote control, but they fit the flashlight. Jackpot. You swap the batteries out, and the beam becomes much stronger. Check. Fully charged on the log sheet. Good job. Got it. Excellent. If well fed is checked or ticked on the log sheet, you are bored and you must go to entry 108. To cook some food, go to entry 64. Okay, great. Good. I'm glad we did the battery thing, 'cause that's quite important. All right. Entry 64, we're gonna finally have some lunch. You head to the kitchenette. You're glad that the fridge and the stove are powered by gas. You cook up a meal, then enjoy it alone at the little dining table. Check well fed on the log sheet. Oh, okay, that was quick. I guess in a horror game, you don't want to be too bored with like cooking and stuff. Ooh, if survivalist is checked and ticked on the log sheet, your stomach growls and you must go to entry 102. Oh, I don't have that. So that's probably good, I guess. To eat and enjoy the food, go to entry 106. But then to pick at the plate unenthusiastically and worry about your situation, go to entry 107. I'm not worried. I think I'm okay. Like, it's weird. I've got a hammer. And I've got some tapes and stuff. I think I should go to watch tapes and stuff, but I'm going to eat my food. I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm going to go to entry 106. Delicious. Truly. You are a Michelin-level chef. Anyway, yeah, exactly. Call of Cthulhu doesn't care about how hungry you are. If fully charged or running on empty are checked/ticked on the log sheet, you are bored and you must go to 108. So the other option I could get with the batteries is they're running on empty. Interesting. All right, we've looked for batteries. We've looked for flashlights and batteries. We're going to go to 108 as our next one. You can't think of anything else to do in the cabin, and restlessness is creeping in. For a while, you lie on the sofa and read an old, beat-up paperback from a shelf in the corner. You think it's pretty good, but a little flowery and overwritten in places. Not to mention how grating prose written in the second person can be. Make a listen roll. If you succeed, go to entry 110. If you fail, go to entry 113. If you fail but wish to push the roll, you may push a second time at the risk of missing a critical detail. Ooh. You succeed, go to 110. If you fail the push roll, go to 112. Ooh. Okay, I think my listen's pretty rubbish as well. Oh, it's a 50. Okay, so I've got a 50% chance of getting it. So I'm going to give my dice a pep talk. Dice, I need you to roll. I feel this is an important roll. So come on, under 50. Under 50, we need it. That's 57. I'm going to spend luck. I'm spending luck like there's no tomorrow. I spend luck, and that is 7. So it goes from 61 down to 54. And I succeed the roll. Okay, go to entry 110. You hear footsteps outside. They crunch on the gravel driveway. You sit up. You didn't hear a car approach. You stand up nervously and creep across to the window. Ooh. A balding, middle-aged man is standing just outside the front door. He is dressed in a thick winter coat and has his hands in his pocket. You do not recognize him. He lifts his hand to the cabin door and knocks. To pretend no one's home and wait for the stranger to leave, go to entry 140. But to answer the door, go to entry 122. Oh, man. He's dressed in a thick winter coat. I'm sure that means something. I'm going to be risky. I'm going to answer the door. I think it's giving me the option to hide. I'm just going to answer the door. I feel like it's the only other person I've met. So I think I'm going to do that. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. Entry 121. I will say, not a big fan of the image that I just scrolled past of someone in a big... Oh, that image was horrific. It's like an individual standing, in front of the door, very ominously. I don't like that at all. Oh my God. Okay. You cross to the door, unlatch it, and pull it open. Hello? The stranger looks you up and down, his face devoid of expression. Hello, he says. He isn't smiling. He looks past your shoulder into the cabin. Is Julie home? Julie. That's Mark's wife. To ask who the strange man is, go to entry 114. To tell him Julie isn't here, go to entry 122. Oh, I don't know. I feel I should ask him who he is. I don't want to tell him that Julie isn't here. I think I can get some more information out of him. I'm gonna roll. Odds, I ask who he is. Evens, I tell him Julie isn't here. I don't want to tell him Julie isn't here. I feel that's bad. I mean, but now I'm going to have to tell him that because that's evens. That was a 6 on the roll. Okay. Julie isn't here. Okay. Julie isn't here. We're just staying at the cabin. Are you sure? I'm very sure, you say. Can I take a message? What about Mark? He asks. Is Mark here? I could speak to Mark. Have you seen him? Oh, that's like several questions in a row. I don't like it. To ask about the stranger, go to 116. To tell him that Mark isn't here, go to 123. To tell this guy to leave, go to 117. I'm going to ask who he is. I don't want to tell him that Mark isn't here. No, something's not right. Do you live nearby? You ask. He shakes his head. Have you broken down or something? He shakes his head again. You start to feel nervous. This guy is seriously weird. I don't think I can help you. Yes, you can, he replied. How? You can tell me where Julie is. To ask how this guy knows Mark and Julie, go to entry 132. Or, to tell this guy to leave, go to 117. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just going to ask how he knows them. I feel like if I tell him to leave, he won't. I think I'm just going to get as much information as I can out of him, so I'm going to go to entry 132 and hope for the best. How do you know Mark and Julie? I see them. I'm sorry? Sometimes. I see them here. Are you a friend, you ask? He stares blankly back. Sir? Are they here? To ask the stranger to leave, go to 117. To close the door on him, go to entry 128. Oh, I'm going to ask him to leave. I don't think he's going to leave if I shut the door on him. I don't know. Oh. This stranger gives you the creeps. He's placed awfully close to the door and is standing kinda funny. Sorry, you have to leave, you say. Why? Because this is private property. He stares at you without responding. He is silent for an uncomfortably long time. He isn't moving. Just go, you say. I don't want to have to call the police. You got a phone in there? He asks. You stay silent. You know you don't. You can try to reason with the stranger, scare him off, or just shut the door in his face. Oh Lord. To scare the stranger off, make an intimidate roll. If you succeed, go to entry 119. If you fail, go to entry 130. What's my intimidation? It's probably not much. Ooh, I've got a 60 in intimidate. Okay. And then persuade. Ooh, to reason with the stranger, make a persuade roll. If you succeed, go to entry 125. If you fail, go to entry 136. I've got a 60 in persuade. Normally that's just 10%. Ah. And to shut the door in his face, go to 128. I don't want to intimidate. I think persuade. I think he's just weird. Like weird, but doesn't feel like aggressive weird, and I feel like if I intimidate, I don't know. I don't like it. Alright, we're gonna go persuade. So I'm gonna get 60 or under to succeed. What is that a 1? I think I just rolled a 1. Double zeros on the 10s and a 1. Unless that's 100. I've either rolled a 1 or 100. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to double check the rules quickly. I think I have rolled a 1. I think 001 is a 1. I think it's when it's 000, that's 100. That's it? Yeah, I got it. Holy heck. I've rolled an extreme success to persuade him to go away. That feels incredibly apt. Holy heck. If I succeed, go to entry 125. Let's go, let's get rid of this guy. Sir, you say with a smile, I'm not trying to be aggressive. I've been on a very long walk today and I'm dead tired. I'm afraid you've just interrupted my nap. If there's nothing else I can do for you, do you mind if I get back to sleep? I'll tell Mark and Judy that you were asking for them next time we speak. The man blinks. He looks around for a moment, grunts and nods. He turns. Hands in his pocket, he begins to walk away. You watch as he goes. He doesn't head down the driveway. He takes the trail that leads into the forest. The same trail you went walking down earlier. To follow the stranger, go to entry 183. To close the door and make sure it's locked, go to entry 120. Alright, we'll do it. Odds, we're going to follow the stranger. Or evens, we're going to close the door and make sure it's locked. I kind of want to follow him. I want to see what this guy is. He seems weird. Wow, the dice really, really heard me. That's odds. We're going into the forest, lads. Entry 138. We're going to follow the stranger. You step out of the cabin and watch as the stranger strides down the forest trail. You follow him, crunching along the same stones you trod on earlier this morning. You can't help but feel like what you're doing is dangerous. To go back to the cabin and lock the doors, go to entry 120. To pursue him deeper into the forest, go to entry 141. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? No, we're committed to it. Pursue the stranger deeper into the forest. Entry 141. No, I don't want to do it. You hurry after the stranger. You follow behind him through the wood. You're not far away, but he doesn't seem to pay any attention to you. You can creep after the stranger or decide to follow him openly. To creep after him, make a stealth roll. If comfortable or checked as ticked on the logbook, make this with a bonus die. That would have given me an advantage. If you succeed, go to entry 144. If you fail, go to entry 146. If you fail but wish to push the roll, you may roll a second time, but be risk of getting caught when you are too close to flee. Or if you succeed, go to 144. If you fail, go to entry 147. Well, or to openly follow the stranger, go to entry 143. I don't want to risk it. I think I'm going to have to go to just do it openly. I think I'm just going to do it openly. It's risky. Bloody comfortable clothes. I'm being practical. Okay, entry 143. Let's go. You follow the stranger openly. You know he must hear you, but he doesn't stop to look your way. This guy had a head start, and he's a fast walker. You hurry to just keep up. Suddenly, without warning, the stranger turns. He locks eyes with you. All is silent. Go to entry 152. You both hover where you are, frozen in the stillness of the woods. The stranger's flat, empty eyes betray no emotion. To back down and return to the cabin, go to entry 163. To hold your ground, go to entry 153. Now, when we're holding ground, I've come this far. I ain't backing down at this point. I've got a hammer. I will use it. Oh my god, you stare back at him. You stare back at him. You cross your arms over your chest. You're not giving this guy the satisfaction of seeing you step down. Then suddenly he runs at you. Oh no! He's really running, full pelt. His eyes unblinking, his hands flat, cutting through the air as they pump in time with his legs. He's charging straight for you. You stumble away and try to run. Oh my god, make a hard dex roll. Oh shoot. If you succeed, go to entry 148. If you fail, go to entry 149. Oh no, a hard dex roll. I have to get under half of my thing then. Oh no. Where's my dex? Hard dex. I have to get under 32. Under 32. That's going to be really difficult to do. Okay. Oh, that's way too difficult to do. That's 84. I completely fail it. Oh no! Okay, go to 149. You only get a few steps before he's upon you. You fall to the ground, his arms wrapped tight around your shoulders. Your face smacks against the dirt. You struggle and strain, but his grip is like iron. Oh, you feel something wet and cold against your ear. Make a note of his entry number, as you may need to return to it. Okay. Make a fighting... Oh, and take a d4 of damage. Oh, I didn't even have damage dice out. Okay. I only have 13 hit points as well. Okay. Okay, 2. I take 2 damage. Shit. Make a fighting brawling roll. If you fail... Why is he telling me to fail first? If you fail, go to 150. If you succeed, go to 151. Okay. Fighting brawl. Okay, fighting brawl is 55. I have a slight edge to it. Okay. Don't let me down, dice. Don't let me down. Oh my actual god. That's 97. I can't justify spending all that luck on it. Oh, god damn it. Okay, I fail. I go to 150. Oh, damn it. Oh, you thrash and heave, but to no avail. You feel that cold, wet thing slither into your ear. You scream as you feel the wriggling force twist itself through your ear canal and swell in your head. There is pressure behind your eyes, your vision goes black. The sound of the world around you are overwhelmed by wailing static. Soon, there is nothing but its embrace. Nothing but the sound. Nothing but nothing. The end.
What?
Right. Well, I think I want to know what would happen if I succeeded. That was horrible. Whatever that came into my ear. Oh God, I'm dead. I can't believe it. Okay. I'm going to give myself a mulligan, one mulligan. I'm going to do it over. And we're going to go back to that one entry number. Okay, make a note of this entry number. You may return to it. I have returned to it. We're refreshing on the ground. I'm going to succeed instead. I'm going to choose to succeed. I'm going to change that narrative. We'll see how far we get. If you succeed, go to entry 151. You wrench yourself free of the stranger's grip, leap back to your feet and stagger away. Ooh, you bolt as fast as you can towards safety. Your lungs burn as you suck in the ragged gasps of air. You can hear nothing but over the sound of blood pumping in your ears. When you finally reach the cabin, you risk a glance over your shoulder. The empty woods gaze back. He's gone. Ooh. I will say, I also do not like... There's an image, an absolutely disgusting, horrible image on this page, which makes me think, I'm glad I chose to mulligan, because I think I know what happened to me in the previous one. Okay, I'm going to continue. Entry 170. You make it back to the cabin and slam the door shut. Once you're sure it's locked, you slide down and sit, head cradled in your hands. You're shaking. That was awful. Utterly, unspeakably awful. Now what? What the heck are you meant to do? Seconds drag by, then minutes, then hours. You stay hidden in the cabin. You prowl through it, peeking outside every now and then, but there's no sign of your partner and no sign of danger either. You think about making a break for it out in the woods, but you know the stranger is probably just outside watching, waiting for you to try. You feel lost. Oh. Then the TV turns on. Maybe the power's back? So start turning on the lights. Go to entry 184. To inspect the television, go to entry 185. I feel like lights is the most sensible thing. Let's go check out the lights. Entry 184. You reach across to the bedside lamp and flick the switch. Nothing. You get out of bed and use the flashlight to find the light switch on the wall. Nothing. You cross the cabin and step into the bathroom. You flick the switch. Nothing. Nothing. Just a TV, tuned to the VCR, displaying slightly illuminated black. To inspect the TV, go to entry 186. Oh no, there's a picture. Oh, it's quiet. The VCR is purring. The TV is dim. Depending on your choices, you may return to this entry several times. Select an option you have not already chosen. If the quiet in the evening is checked or ticked on your log sheet, you must go to 187. Or, if the couple who came to the cabin is checked or ticked, go to entry 196. To play the tape from last night, go to entry 208. To leave the TV alone, go to entry 223. I have all of those things. We're going to go in order. The quiet in the evening. Go to that one first. Entry 187. And there is an image, like a screen still of a camera of an individual, like a man sat with like I wonder if this is the guy. Has a winter coat on. His eyes are glowing ever so slightly. Oh, I don't like it. It's right next to the thing. You produce the tape you found in the dilapidated shed. The title, written in black marker pen on the label, reads Quiet in the Evening. You take the tape to the television set and sit on your knees to reach the VCR. To play the tape, go to entry 188. Well, to change your mind and put the tape away, go back to 186. Well, again, I know what you're doing. You're like, are you sure you want to do this? Yeah, play the tape. You insert the tape and press play. The screen flutters for a moment. Then the sounds of the forest come in. This tape looks to have also been made with a handheld camcorder. The person recording is looking at a campfire. Flames are licking around a wet log. The sizzle and crack of wood merges with the rustle of surrounding trees. After a few moments of this, you hear a voice. It is a man's voice with a strange sing-song tone that reminds you of adult presenters on children's TV. It's so nice and quiet here at night, the voice says. You're pretty sure it belongs to whoever is holding the camera. Alone with my thoughts, not a care in the world, I must say. The banality of this lonely self-talk creeps you out. The camera jolts to the left. It is now centered on the tree line, right on the edge of the light from the fire where the forest plunges into darkness. Hello? The man says. There is nothing but the quiet crackling of the fire. Hello? He stands up. He walks closer to the forest. Is someone there? Faintly, somewhere in the dark, you hear the muted sound of shouting. What did you say? The cameraman calls. Again, the muted sounds of yelling. The cameraman stands staring into the dark for a few moments longer. Then hastily he puts the camera down to face his boot-clad feet, striding back to his camp and crawls into his tent. Panting, he quickly zips the entrance flap up. The tape ends. To rewind the tape and raise the volume to try and hear the muted voices, go to entry 189. Otherwise, eject the tape and go back to 186. I think we're going to have to listen to it, aren't we? That option, we need to hear what it says. I don't like it, though. You rewind the tape and watching as the image flashes in reverse before you. You stop at the part where the man turns the camera towards the forest. You crank the volume to max. Hello? The man says. You hear a very quiet voice yelling out in the dark. Hello? He stands up. He walks close to the forest. Is someone out there? Make a listen roll. If you succeed, go to entry 190. If you fail, go to entry 192. If you fail, but wish to push the roll, you may roll a second time at the risk of hearing something you wish you hadn't. If you succeed, go to 190. If you fail, 195. Alright, listen again. As a 50-50 on this. Come on. That is an 18. That is, I think that's it's a hard success. Nice. All right, 190, let's go. Oh my God. You strain your ears. The reply is faint, made in a haggard voice. It's eating me. What did you say? The camera calls back. Again, the haggard, horrid, screaming voice replies, It's eating me. The cameraman stands staring into the dark for just a few moments longer, then hastily he turns the camera down to his boot-clad feet and strides back to his camp and crawls into his tent. You hear the distant voice call out one last time. Help me. It's everywhere. I can't hit... The tape ends. Make a sanity roll. Yep, that's going to happen. If you succeed, go to entry 191. If you fail, go to 194. Okay. Oof, okay, sanity is only 49 currently. Oh my god. That's 100. That is 100. Oh, okay, that's a massive failure. Okie dokie. Great, 194. Ugh. Okay. Eating him. Eating. Something was eating that guy. What the hell was eating him? Is it out there? Is it coming for you? Oh god, why did you think it was a good idea to take the tape in the first place? What were you thinking? Eating. It's eating. It's going to eat you. It will start with your feet. It's going to take little bites and make each one count. You don't know what it is, but you know it's going to eat you. Make a note of this entry number as you may need to return to it. Lose 1d4 sanity. Okay, only a 1, thank God. Oh, that would have been bad. Okay, 48 now. Go to 186. Okay, I'm guessing that's back to where we need to be. Blah. Okay, the couple who came to the cabin, let's check that one out, shall we? That is entry 196. You take the tape you found jammed in the camcorder and look at it. Written on the side is, the couple who came to the cabin. You sit down in front of the television set and put the tape into the VCR. To press play, go to entry 197. To put the tape away, go back to 186. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? The tape starts. The screen shows a wooden wall. It pans around. Your stomach sinks as you realize the screen is showing the interior of the cabin, the one you're currently in. The person holding the camera is looking around. They pan over the bed and TV set. Then they turn to the kitchen where a blonde woman is unpacking grocery bags. You feel a wave of relief when you realize that the woman is Julie, Mark's wife. Mark must be holding the camera. "Hey, hot stuff," he says. Julie looks up and laughs. "Oh God, put that away. We're here live in the Dakota Black Hills with Julie Montgomery," he says, closing in on her smiling face. "Julie, is this your first time in the hills?" She rolls her eyes and continues to unpack groceries but plays around. "No, it's my second. I'm pretty sure you were here with me the first time too, reporter Mark." Okay. Mark steps around the kitchen table closer to her. "But can you confirm the rumours that you fell madly in love with a handsome member of the press during your last visit?" Julie shakes her head. "No, those rumours are unfounded." She chuckles and bats at Mark with a brand new stainless steel frying pan pulled from the grocery bag. Mark dodges away, giggling. Julie holds the pan up playfully to hide her face as if avoiding the paparazzi. "Well, Julie, we'll just have to..." The camera swings around and looks at the cabin door. You hear Julie off-screen ask, "Was that a knock?" "I think so," Mark says. The camera drops to the side, showing an upside-down picture of Julie in the kitchen whilst he walks to the door to open it. "Can I help you?" Oh no. You cannot see who he's talking to. All you can see is an inverted Julie biting her nails. "Are Alex and Charlie here?" Oh my God, that's us. "Are Alex and Charlie here?" you hear a voice ask. "I'm sorry?" Mark says. "Alex and Charlie. They here?" "No, you've got the wrong house." "When will they be here?" They won't be here. I'm sorry, who are you?" Silence. Julie backs into the kitchen away from the door. "Hey," Mark says, "come back." The tape ends. Oh, what's this time travel stuff? What the heck? Make a sanity roll. If you succeed, go to entry 198. If you fail, go to entry 199. Oof. Sanity's not good. It's slowly dipping down. All right, 48 under, equal or under. Nice, 21. got it. Okay. Succeed. Entry 198. This tape is old as heck. Judy and Mark have owned this cabin for years. If this tape is one from their early visits, how the hell did someone know to ask about you and your partner? There is some relief in knowing that the camcorder you found clearly belonged to Mark, so the shed must be his too. But who the hell was asking after you? Make a note of this entry number as you might need to come back to it. Okay, make it do that. Lose 1 sanity. Oh, god darn it. To re-watch the tape and look for more clues, go to entry 200. To eject the tape and put it away, go back to entry 186. Let's look for clues. Come on. You rewind the tape and try to hold back the borderline panic threatening to overwhelm you. When you hit play, Mark and Julie repeat their exaggerated pantomime once more. You stare at the action, eyes flickering across the screen, desperate to find any kind of clue. When the camera swings towards the cabin door, you hit pause. Make a spot hidden roll. Okay. Oh god, it's only 35. Oh, it's not good at all. If you succeed, go to entry 202. If you fail, go to entry 201. I could fail but wish to push the roll. You may roll a second time, but at the risk of becoming paranoid. Already paranoid. If you fail the push roll, go to entry 203 and 202 if you succeed. Okay. Again, if I get it low enough, I can use luck. I can always use luck. Oh my god, I got 39. I'm going to spend 4 luck. I'm going to spend 4 luck, so my luck's now down to 50. I've spent 40 luck. Oh, but I will succeed though. Oh my word. When you hit pause as the door swings open, something catches your eye. You rewind the tape just a few seconds. Mid-conversation, just as Julie is hiding her face with the frying pan, a strange shape passes over the screen. The frying pan is stainless steel. It's polished and bright. You can see the contorted image of Mark in the reflection of the pan. He's holding the camera. You can also see a reflection of the window by the door. It's sunny outside. In the window stands a sinister black shape. It's a looming head and a set of shoulders. There's horrid hair covering it. Thick branches like thorny brambles sprout from the silhouette's head. Oh my word. The reflection is warped. You can't tell what it is, but you're convinced it's not human. Ugh, it's just black, featureless, like a shadow. A monster. A monster in the window of the cabin that you're inside right now. Make a sanity roll. Oh no. Okay. Sanity roll is 47. Oh, gosh. Oh god. No. 95, completely fail. If you fail, go to entry 206. If you succeed, go to entry 204. Nope, that's not going to happen. Oh, god darn it. What is that thing? You stand up and walk to the window. Oh wait, I'm seeing this now? Oh my god. You look outside into the dark, but you can't see a thing. You draw the curtains closed, and then when you walk to the window by the bed and shut the curtains there too. You force down bile. You look back at the television set. The blurry image of whatever unholy, indecipherable creature was captured seems to be staring through the cabin window, through the television set directly at you. Oh. See, I genuinely thought it was talking about me now. That's why I was like, ugh. Lose 1d4 sanity. Oh, God, okay. Oh, okay. That's 3. Okay. So now down to 44. 4 more, and I will have lost a 5th, which is not good. And then go back to entry 186. Okay. Well, we're back here, and we've watched 2 horrific videos. Why don't we make it a hat trick? Let's play the tape from last night. Let's see what the heck that is, huh? Okay, to play the tape from last night, go to entry 208. The tape from last night is still sitting in the little cabinet. Call it morbid curiosity or just a desire to understand what is going on, but you take up the tape and slide it into the VCR. You turn the volume all the way down. You don't want a repeat of the speaker blasting static from last night. Oh no. You press play. The tape begins from where it left off the night before. Static. Thunderous white noise muted by your fingers on the volume dial. Then, the tracking on the tape flickers. Jagged white and silver lines horizontal across the tape. It looks like the tape has more footage to show when you turned it off last night. Tick or check the familiar face on the log sheet. Oh, I don't want to. To adjust the tracking on the tape using the VCR controls, go to entry 222. To let the tape play on, go to entry 209. I don't know what I'd do here. I think I would check the tracking, just because that would irritate me. Otherwise, I'm going to have to replay it again, right? I don't really want to do that. So let's go to entry 222. Oh no. You fiddle with the track buttons, watching the jagged silvery lines drift up and off the screen. They reveal the image of a man's face in close-up. He isn't looking at the camera. He's fiddling with something beneath it. You realise he's setting up a tripod. The camera is recording it. He bobs out of frame and you can hear him adjust the tripod legs as the camera looks behind him across a clearing of a campsite in the woods. Oh my god. Between the trees stands a tall, shadowy figure, pixelated, but humanoid and dark. Then it's hidden behind the guy who was fiddling with the tripod, smiling as he walks into frame. He's wearing a fluorescent hunting jacket and beanie. He stands back and looks at the camera, then smiles and turns it to the clearing. He has set up a little campfire and tiny two-man tent. He squats by the fire, snapping twigs in half, tossing them into the flames whilst looking at the camera. His lips are moving. The thing you saw between the trees is no longer there. To adjust the volume so you can hear what he's saying, go to entry 210. To continue watching the tape muted, go to 217. I'm gonna have to listen. I've already done the tracking. I need to find out what else is going on. Okay, 210. You turn the volume dial and his words become clear. Out for 8 days now, I think. He looks around at the pines at the edge of the clearing. It's beautiful. I'm expecting my friends any day now. The man stands up looking down at the fire. The flames are keeping me warm, keeping me prepared. He turns to the camera again and gestures to the tent. It gets cold at night. I think soon, though, that won't matter. He moves to the tent and unzips it. He sticks his head and arms in and forages around for a few moments. He comes out of the tent holding a manila folder, the kind you see people store documents in at offices. He walks back to the camera and takes a seat in front of it. The frame is tight around his face. The figure looks directly down the lens right at you. He says something, but it's too soft to hear. To rewind the tape and turn up the volume, go to entry 213. To leave the tape and keep it running, go to 211. I need to hear what he says. Oh, I don't like this. This is gonna hurt my ears, I think. You rewind the tape. You turn up the volume. It's uncomfortably loud. You see the man walk back to the camera and take a seat in front of it. He's so close you can hear his breathing. He looks directly down the lens at you. "This is the blessing of the child," he whispers. Now that he's up close, you notice something weird about his eyes. Oh my god. He has a little series of pustules sprouting from the rim of his eyelid, almost directly along the same spot where his eyelashes grow. They vary in size, but look sore, yellow and wet. If veterinarian is checked on the log sheet, you remember something similar. You must go to 212. I don't have that ticked. Oh, God, veterinarian. That must be if I saw some animal perhaps, but earlier I did not. Otherwise, go to entry 215. The man holds up the folder and smiles. Everything here, just as yesterday. Everything I wrote down after that first dream. Oh no. He puts the folder in his lap, out of sight, and looks down. You hear the folder open and papers rustle. I'll read it again, he says. Words that came to me in my sleep. He smiles at the camera, proud, and gestures to the clearing behind him. This exact spot, I saw it every night. Every single night. He's giddy now. He looks down at his papers and begins to read. Oh no. It comes in the face of those it has taken, those it has brought into the fold. By the light of the sun it is hidden, clad in the skin of the familiar. He clears his throat, then continues. By night it walks free. Oh no. A student of the earth, a venom, and a cure of the forest. Drawing from deep in the soil, these black hills are its flesh today. Every tree is a hair. Its followers are those dictated by the rule of time. Mikhail, Homer, Olivia, Darcy. He pauses here and points excitedly to the paper. That's me. He then goes on reading Marcus, Charlie, Alex, Rachel, Isaac. Darcy pauses. He looks directly at the camera. Charlie? He asks. Alex? Oh, he leans in close to the camera. The entire screen is now just his eye riddled with pustules. Are you coming home? Oh, the screen smashes to white noise and the room fills with crackling static. Make a sanity roll. Oh, stop making me make these things. If you succeed, go to entry 214, otherwise 216. Oh no, I don't want to fail it. All right, it's not looking good. Okay, I gotta get under 44. Gosh. That's a 10. Holy heck, I make it. Wow, okay, I did not think I was gonna do. Okay, I got a 10. I succeed. I'm still probably gonna take some sanity loss, but made it. Excellent work. Okay, entry 214. You shove your fingers into your ears and smack the stop button on the VCR with your elbow. The cabin falls silent again. The television set just sits there, glowing quietly. You remove your hands from your ears, but your heart is still thundering in your chest. His words. How did he know those names? How did he know you? Okay, we've played the tape. I'm just checking this image. I don't think I can see anything in this image now, so that's okay. That's what that image was. It's the image of the tape from last night. That's what it's being. The person sat in front of the camera. I can't see anything in the eyes. They look just like bright. I can't see anything behind them either. So leave the TV alone. Go to 223. Yep, that sounds good. I've done all the other entries. No more, thank you. You turn away from the television set and cross over to bed. You sit down and try to avoid looking at it. You can hear it humming ever so softly. To head to bed, go to entry 255. Oh, absolutely not. Sod that. To step out onto the porch to look one last time for the return of your partner, go to entry 224. I think we're going to have to hope for that. That's what I'm hoping that my partner turns back up. Because otherwise I'm on my own. I thought they'd be here for this whole adventure. And be like a I don't know, like a sounding board and stuff, but clearly not. You follow your flashlight beam to the cabin door and open it. It's dark and cold outside. The wind drifts past the clearing in front of the cabin and down the drive to the road hidden by the forest. You shine the flashlight left, then right. There's no sign of your partner. You are obviously being optimistic. If there are any cars out here, you would hear them a mile out. Make a listen roll. Oh. If you succeed, go to entry 225. If you fail, go to entry 228. Okay, listen was not too bad. It's 50. Oh, God, not with that 93. Oh, I keep getting 90s. Okay, that's a failure. Entry 228. Oh my God. You hear nothing. You see nothing. Your partner hasn't made it back. Hopefully they're held up somewhere and will arrive at some point during the night. Still, you can't help but fear the worst. You go back inside and close the door behind you. Half a second later, something slams against it. Oh my God. The collision is loud. The door shudders. You hear a roar of anger and the sound of fists beating against the wood. Oh no. The wooden frame begins to splinter. Someone is screaming bloody murder trying to get in. Oh God, oh God. Okay. Oh God, okay. To try and secure the door, go to 237. To grab something to defend yourself with, go to 241. To try and hide, go to 239. There's not many places to hide in here. It's like one room and the bathroom and a door out the back, I think. I don't think I can secure the door. Grab something to defend yourself with. I've got my hammer, so maybe that will do. So we'll go for that middle option. Entry 241. Oh, God. You search around for something to defend yourself with. If, in case of emergency, is checked or ticked on your log sheet, you remember a heavy weapon you found, and you may go to 244. If razor sharp is checked or ticked on the log sheet, you remember a sharp weapon you found. If close at hand is checked, you turn towards the axe you remember to bring inside. What axe? Go to 269. To improvise and grab the closest thing to hand, go to entry 245. Okay. I've got one or the other. I've got razor sharp and I've got in case of emergency. I don't want to use that knife. That knife is gonna... I think that knife's dangerous. I'm gonna use case of emergency. I'm gonna do that. Oh. That's first on the list, so maybe that'll be better. So, entry 244. God, I hope this helps me. You have a weapon. You hurry over to the pile of clothes you wore earlier on your jog and rummage through them and draw out the mouldy but yet still solid hammer you found in the shed this morning. To wield the hammer, go to entry 249. Yes, that's what I want to do. To change your mind, go back to 241. Nope, we're going to stick with it. Stick to holding the hammer. Oh my God. The hammer is well weighted in your hands. You slap it against your palm and walk forward and make your stand just by the front door. After just a few seconds, it bursts open and the stranger steps inside. Oh no, he charges right at you. Check the blunt force trauma onto the log sheet. Oh no, I don't want that though. And go to 259. Sure. The stranger is bigger than you. He's crazed, wild, and violent. He thrashes with empty hands in the air around him as he crosses the room in large, rapid strikes, closing the distance. To try and get out of the way, go to entry 262. To attack as he approaches, go to 260. God. I feel like I need to get out of the way. I feel like I need to get out of here. Okay, I'm gonna go 262. Oh no. If you weave sideways and try to slip out of the stranger's reach, make a dodge roll. Oh no. If you succeed, go to entry 263. If you fail, go to entry 272. Oh no. Okay. Dodge, I think dodge is quite low. Dodge is only 32. That's half the dex. Okay, but I do have a lot of luck, so I can use my luck on this. As long as I don't roll a critical fail. Yeah, so long as I don't roll a critical fail. Okay. That's a 66. So I need to spend... God. I need to spend 34 points of luck to succeed. Oh, is it worth it? Yeah. 34. It's going to put me down to 26. I'm losing a lot of luck, so yeah, I'm going to use it. I can't have this guy catch me. Not after last time. What happened in the previous run? I'm going to spend 34 points. That's going to take me down to 26 points of luck left. Oh, this is awful. Okay, if you succeed, go to 263. You duck under the stranger's wildly swinging fists. He stumbles past you, carried by the force of his blow, and almost tumbles over the bed. You end up behind him, just by the open cabin door. To make a run for it, go to entry 268. To attack him from behind, go to entry 264. I don't think we can't. I've got fighting in 55, so it is possible. But I think I need to move. I need to get out of here. I can't fight this guy. He's bigger than me. So yeah, get out of there. We're gonna run into the forest late at night. 289. Let's get out of here. You dash out into the night, running as far and fast as your body can manage. The cold air burns your lungs. The surrounding trees sound alien as they rustle, making you all the more terrified. Every few minutes you emerge from the tree to a section of dirt road. You keep praying you'll see your partner's car arriving, but deep in your soul, you know it won't come. After almost an hour of mad flight, you come to a crossroads. You recognize it immediately from your journey up to the cabin. Yes, because I had a map. You're not sure which direction leads to the highway and which leads deeper into the woods. The forest feels inescapable. Make a navigate roll. If you succeed, go to entry 299. If you fail, go to 320. Okay, navigate. Okay, navigate is 40. And I still have some luck left as well, so we'll roll this. So we're going to roll 40 or under. That's a 2. That is extreme success. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, entry 299. Let's go. You pick one pathway and follow it. Even after hurrying on for what feels like ages, you can't tell if you made the right call. The flashlight you carry is the only way you can see your surroundings. The only thing you can tell is that the forest is quieter here. Eventually, you start to tire. You're also getting seriously cold. Oh, no. You lean against a tree and catch your breath. If well rested is checked on your log sheet, your previous rest bolsters your strength and you must go to 300. No, I don't have it. Otherwise, go to entry 301. Oh, you try to catch your breath, but it doesn't seem to work. Your hand slides down to the base of the tree and you collapse down against its roots. You suck air over and over. Your lungs feel icy. Oh no. Despite the horrible situation you find yourself in, your eyelids feel heavy. You're not sure how long you wait, but it is some time until you feel as though you can get back to your feet. You stand slowly, teetering, but manage to forge on. Right now, you need to put some distance between yourself and the chaos you escaped from. When the sun rises, you'll be able to reassess and find your way back to civilization. Make a note of this entry number here, so 301. You may need to come back to it. Take a point of damage. Ow! No! No. Okay, down to 10. and then go to entry 302. All right. Pine needles and dirt crunch under your feet as you walk. You make progress, but with every step you feel yourself growing wearier. You need to find somewhere to rest. Maybe some high ground would be good. Or you could look for a grotto. Anywhere sheltered would be best, right? Just as you spot a cluster of trees where it looks like you'll be able to rest and stay dry, you hear a faint hiss behind you. What was that? The sound static? Adrenaline surges through your system. To investigate the sound, go to 303, or to run like hell, go through 308. No, I don't want to run anymore. I feel that's bad, and it'll catch me, so let's go to 303. You turn to face the direction the sound came from. You can't hear it anymore. Oh my god. Hello? You ask the darkness. Why would you say that? Oh god. It doesn't reply. You direct your flashlight in front of you. Its light reveals tree trunks, stones, and fallen logs. Nothing unusual. If running on empty is checked, your flashlight falters and you must go to 304. Well, we're not doing that because it's not ticked, because I deliberately did this so I didn't have to deal with no flashlight. Instead, go to entry 307. Your flashlight flickers. Your heart jumps to your throat. Have the batteries died already? You shake and slap the lens and the beam stabilizes nice and solid. Phew. Lucky you took the time to find new batteries. You search the area in front of you more carefully. The strong light keeps the shadows at bay and makes you feel more secure. After a more thorough look, you confirm that there is nothing lurking around you. Still, something tells you it's best not to linger here for too long. You stride onwards, using the flashlight beam to navigate between treacherous tree roots and sharp rocks. Oh no. After a few minutes of walking, you spot a small clearing through the trees up ahead. You push towards it, snapping through the thick brambles and branches as you go. When you emerge into the clearing, you spot a small tent and a fire pit set up in the center. It looks like someone is camping here. You might have found help. If familiar face or wrong turn is checked on the log sheet, you recognize this campsite, you must go to 266. Otherwise go to 275. No, this is the one from the picture. This is the one from the video. Oh. A sense of deja vu washes over you. This campsite, it's the same one. You hear a rustling from inside the tent. Your noisy arrival clearly woke whoever was inside it. A sing-song voice calls out, "Hello?" Your stomach sinks. You recognize that voice. The tent flap unzips and the same man steps out. He's even wearing the same clothes. He looks towards you, hesitates, then nods. You notice his eyes show no sign of surprise. To respond to the man politely, go to entry 335. To respond to the man aggressively, go to 286. I don't think we should respond badly. I think we should be polite. It's not the same guy that was running after me, so it'll be fine. So yeah, 335. Hello? You call out. You struggle to keep the terror or anger from creeping into your voice. The man approaches you. He's smiling. "Don't worry," the man says, and holds up his hands up, empty palms turned towards you. "It's okay. I'm your friend." His voice is small and falls eerily. His eyes are wide with excitement. You look around, but there's nothing in the clearing that gives you any new insight into what's going on. What's happening? You ask. You don't expect a real answer, but to your surprise, you get one. I'm someone who can hear it, the man says, then lowers his hands. Hear what? The child. What? The child of the forest. Oh, you heard it too. I know you have. When it weeps, it sounds like static, you say. The man smiles. Yes, I knew it. You have heard it. Oh. Wait, if Alex has checked on the log sheet, Alex has indeed heard the static, and then go to 336. If Charlie has checked, Charlie has indeed heard the static, and go to 285. I don't have either of those checked on the log sheet. Let me just go check. Was I supposed to do that at some point? Oh, I don't think I've done that. Hang on. Charlie isn't ticked on my sheet anywhere. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna look for Charlie. Oh God. I think there's a mistake in the book. All right, maybe 20 minutes later, but I've discovered that I was looking at an old version of this scenario. I was on version 4 instead of version 6, and right at the beginning on version 6, it says tick Charlie on the log sheet. So that's a little bit frustrating that I might have spent 3 hours just playing a completely different game. I don't think it's changed too much, thankfully, but that is, yeah, well, that's on me. But hopefully I've not changed too much. So yeah, we'll try that again, shall we? So I would have Charlie on the sheet. So in that case then, I can now go back to... I'm going to keep checking between the two versions now because I don't want to get something wrong. Oh, that's so frustrating. That's my own fault for not checking. But it's okay. It's fine. I did think there was something weird about this book because it didn't have page numbers in it. So that was not great, but should have checked, but oh well. So, Charlie is checked. I have indeed heard the static. Go to entry 285. Charlie, he says. You freeze. How in the hell do you know my name? The child told me. It just wants a family, Charlie. That's what we can give to it. All of us. The voice in the static, you ask. It wants a family. The child, yes. You may return to this entry several times. When you do, select an option you've not already chosen. Okay, so there's a horrible picture down there that I don't like of myself and Alex. Oh. To ask what the child is, go to entry 337. To ask more about what the child wants, go to entry 338. To ask how the stranger knows all about this, go to 339. To ask if he is the man you've seen around, go to entry 340. I don't think so. When you finish talking, select one of the following options. Tell the man he's talking nonsense, or ask him how he can safely leave. Well, we'll come to those in a second, but let's chat stuff. Do we want to know what the child is? I think we do, don't we? Okay, first off, let's go to entry 337. You keep calling it a child, you say. What actually is it? The man smiles. Something ancient. I know, a strange name for one so old. I believe it was birthed from Mother Earth herself. It exists alone in the wild places of the world. It is lonely and aching. If Charlie is checked, go back to 285. Okay. Let's ask more about what the child wants. So 338. The child, you say. It wants a family? The man nods. It's spent uncountable years alone. It sees past, present, and future. It has tried so desperately to adapt to the technology of our world, but has failed. It just wants people to be with it, here, in its home. Go back to entry 285. Well, I think it's the next one, isn't it? What does it want? How do you know all this? It is a burden, this knowledge. The man smiles. I came to this place many years ago. I brought my camera. I wanted to document the wild, but I found something far more important to document. Something beyond comprehension. I found that the child could somehow manipulate the magnetic particles in my videotapes to show me visions of the future. He smiles wide. And so far, they have all come to pass. The child exists beneath the earth, in the soil, in the trees, and in the pine needles at our feet. The power of the earth all around it lets it smell and taste and touch anyone who encounters it, whether they have already or not. What do you mean, you ask? It sees the future? For the child, there is only now, and now is everything all at once. It's why it was waiting for you. In my time here, the child has shown me many things, all stored in my tapes. I've kept them and labeled them and tried to categorize them as best I could. I think I'm going to ask about the man I've seen around. Oh, it's terrifying though. Ugh. Are you the guy I've seen around? He pauses, thinking. It may have been me, or rather, a version of me. What? I've given myself to the child, he says. I'm in its family now. If it wishes, the child can take my form. Oh. Indeed, the child takes many forms. Those of its victims, past and future. Oh no. Alright, I've finished chatting. I don't want to talk anymore. I want to get out of here. Tell the man he's talking nonsense, or ask him how you can leave safely. I think I'm going to have to ask how I leave safely. I feel like if we're talking nonsense, I think that's dangerous. Okay, entry 350. Let's go. How can I get out of here? The man furrows his brow. You mean leave? Yes, you say. I want to get out of here and go home. I never want to come back here, ever. The man shakes his head. I'm afraid it's too late for any of that. The child has chosen you. It awaited for your arrival for so long. You shake your head. I don't care. I'm not staying. You turn and make to run just as a familiar voice rings out. If Alex is checked on the log sheet, you recognize Charlie's voice. Go to 342. If Charlie is checked on the log sheet, you recognize Alex's voice. Go to 280. Oh no, has Alex brought me here? Oh my god. Okay, entry 280. You spin round. There, standing on the edge of the clearing, is Alex. Oh, their clothes are flaked with mud and dirt. There are twigs caught in their hair, but they're here. They're alive. And they're smiling at you. Honey, they say. It's okay. Oh no. They've literally just told me that the child can take forms. That's not Alex. To run to Alex with open arms, go to 279. To hesitate, go to 10. We're hesitating. I'm sorry, Alex. You're not real. You must have died. I'm so sorry. No. You race for the edge of the clearing. You can make it out if you're fast enough. You hear the warped sound of your partner's voice calling after you, but you don't turn to look back. Then you hear heavy slamming footsteps approaching fast. You can't help but look back for a moment. You see that your partner's body has warped and deformed. Oh no. Their skin has split and horrid dark branches burst from their flesh. Propelled by those disgusting long tendrils, they surge forward towards you. You turn back and race for the tree line. If you can just get there and break free, you can leave all this behind you. Oh, is this it? Is this a possibility? I've got out? Ooh, make a dex roll. If you succeed, go to 360. If you fail, go to 359. Oh, my dex is not good. It's like, what is it? It's 32, isn't it? Yeah, 32. I have some luck left. Okay. Maybe I'll get out of here. I'm so sorry, Alex. Ugh. Oh my god. That's a 72. I failed. There's no way. I can't spend that luck. I can't do anything. Oh, so close. Oh. You never make it to the edge of the clearing. Just as you're about to break into the trees, you hear a footstep right next to you. You catch sight of a tentacle whipping in your direction. You throw yourself sideways and manage to avoid the blow, but you tumble down and land on your hands and knees. Before you can stand, a catastrophic force slams into your back. Your spine is immediately crushed, and you fall face first onto the ground. You feel two strong tendrils seize around your torso and yank you into the air. Agonizing slowness, the tentacles turn you around. Oh, you see your partner. They're mostly a monster now. Only their face remains. As your vision goes black, the last thing you see is their face. They look so disappointed. The end. Damn. Well, there you go. Whoa. I want to keep going. I want to keep going back, but there's no way, absolutely no way we'd get through. Oh, that is wow. I'm glad that's so interesting. What is that? So the stranger who we saw, that's the child. Every time we saw somebody, that's the child. Oh wow, that's interesting. And then clearly your partner's dead. Oh, that's so awful. That was good though. I really enjoyed that. I really wanted to keep going. Such a shame. I didn't. It was just no way. I didn't have the luck to keep on going. I'm guessing. I'm just going to check if I would have got out at all. 360 was it? So I did just read the other ending. I will have cut it for time. I'm gonna be honest. I think maybe I got a better ending. Yeah. Oof. What a great story. I think. Yeah. The other ending I just read. You know what? I'm not gonna spoil it. Interesting. I have so many questions which I don't think will ever get answered. What does the knife do? I saw the thing, like somewhere in it, it said temporal shifted, add that to my sheet. I don't know what that means. So clearly there's something to do with time travel, like we said. What was the other thing I wanted to look at? We had, we had like something about the night, like a night phobia of some sort. The veterinarian thing? Not sure what that was. But I think we got a good lot of it, didn't we? We had a good time of it. I didn't lose too much health. I lost, in general, what did I get? I lost 3 health overall. I only lost 6 sanity. I spent so much luck, though. I had 90 luck. I was very lucky to have 90 luck, and I spent nearly 74 of it. I spent 74 of it. And I only lost 6 sanity, and then obviously died at the end. Oh, good though. I really enjoyed that, though. Would I do another one? I think I would do another one. What I liked about this one, admittedly, I'm clearly looking at an old copy, which is such a shame. I might have missed some bits and pieces out, but clearly the version 6 has everything in, so maybe it was just a couple of typos or something, so that's a bit annoying. I've never played modern Cthulhu before. Modern era Cthulhu, sorry, so like 90s. So this would have been So this was really good. I think I'd like to try the other Alone Against. Maybe I'll do a couple of those. I'll compare them. What I liked about it was that compared to other choose your own adventure kind of games I've played, the text reading aloud wasn't too much, wasn't too heavy. Like heavy in theme, but wasn't like lots and lots of text to read out, certainly at the beginning. So we could just get straight into it and start talking about it and start playing, which I really liked. I really enjoyed that. Would I play it again? Well, I mean, I've technically played it twice now. I don't know if I would play it from Alex's perspective, because I suspect Alex wouldn't have, like, I think whoever is the partner would have left, would have disappeared, would have gone into town, you know? Because a lot of it was very neutral. In terms of like, referring to the partner, so clearly you would repeat it over and over. What I did like was that even though the character sheets, like the image of them, of the two characters, like Alex was male presenting and Charlie was female presenting, the language, it was all in not third person, it was all gender neutral, which was interesting. I'd never seen that before, so thought that was quite good. And yeah, I thought it was really well written. It's a shame about the typos I had on this particular version, but that's on me. I should have checked that before anything else. Whoa, horrible though. What a way to go. But yeah, I'm glad I continued after that first initial death, because I feel like we would have been rolled about not knowing what else was going on. Like, I'm really glad we got to look at the videos. I'm really glad we got to pick up those videos as well. That's some really good rolling there. But yeah, maybe we'll do some Alone Against Static. So this was the latest one. This came out in 2023, and it was nominated for an Emmy. I don't know if it got the Emmy in the end. I'll have to check. Yeah, it got the Emmy for Best Writing and Best Adventure Long Form. Yeah, I think so. Very good. I also quite like the logbook thing as a way to check things out. I don't think that's new. I think it says it's like this brand new mechanic for it. I don't think it is. It just makes it simplistic. So very much appreciate that. There we go. So that was Alone Against the Static. Thank you so much for listening, and maybe I'll avoid going to the Black Hills anytime soon. The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's player was me, Fiona. This episode's RPG was Alone Against the Static, a Call of Cthulhu modern era scenario written by W.B. Holland and published by Chaosium. You can find out more information about Alone Against the Static and grab your own copy on Chaosium. Just go to chaosium.com/call-of-Cthulhu-RPG. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on social media. You can find us at WAIR_podcast for latest news on upcoming episodes. All the relevant links are in this episode's show notes, including a link to our Discord. And remember, adventurers need not apply.